Hello friends, in this video we'll see how to create virtual network in Azure Portal. We'll create two virtual machines and assign the same virtual network. We'll test the connection between two virtual machines. Let's start creating virtual network. Sign into Azure Portal. Open the browser, search for Azure Portal or go to the link azure.microsoft.com. Click sign in. Enter your Azure ID. Enter your password. Click S to stay signed in. Once you are logged into Azure Portal, go to all services. And click virtual network. Click create. Under the basics tab, select your subscription and resource group. I'll create a new resource group. Give a name for your virtual network. Select your region. Click next. Under security tab, leave the settings as default. Click next. Under the IP addresses, add the IPv4 address space. You can select your private address IP range. I'll go with 10.0.0.0. Configure the subnet. Click next. Click next. After the validation completes, click create. You can see the notification deployment is in progress. Now your deployment is complete. So your virtual network is got created. Go to all services. Now we'll create the virtual machine. Click virtual machines. Click create. Select Azure Virtual Machine. Under the basics tab, select the subscription. Select the resource group. Give a name for your virtual machine. This is the first virtual machine, so I'll give VM1. The region, select your region. Other settings leave as default. For the image, select your Windows operating system. I'll select Windows Server 2016 Data Center. The size of the virtual machine, I'll go with standard B1S, which is having one CPU and 1 GB memory. Give the username and password. Confirm your password. Now allow the inbound ports RDP3389 for remote desktop connection. Click next. Under the disk tab, leave as default. We'll select only the operating system disk. Under the networking tab, select the virtual network you have created, dev VNet1. Remaining things as default. Go to next. Management, will not do any changes here. Click next, next, next. Review. After the validation completes, click create. You can see here deployment is in progress. We'll wait till the virtual machine gets created. It's taking time. We'll go for the creating another virtual machine. Click on all services. Go to virtual machine. It's getting created, the first virtual machine. So we'll go to create the second one. Click create. Select Azure Virtual Machine. Under the basics tab, select the subscription free and resource group. Give a name for the second virtual machine. Select your region where you want to deploy the virtual machine. Other settings leave as default. For the image of the operating system, I will select Windows operating system, Windows Server 2016 data center. And then the size of the virtual machine is standard V1s. Give the username and password. Confirm the password. Allow the RDP port 3389 for remote desktop connection. Click next. Leave the setting as default. Click next. Here under networking tab, we'll select the same virtual network what we have selected for the first virtual machine. Other settings leave as default. Click next. The settings under monitoring, advanced and tags will be as default. Go to review and create. Here validation passed. Now click create. Here you can see deployment is in progress. Now the second virtual machine is getting created. We'll go to all services, select virtual machine, refresh. So here the first virtual machine is under running state. Click first virtual machine. Click on connect. We'll take a remote for the first virtual machine. Under native RDP, select, download the RDP file, open the RDP file, connect, enter username and password. Click yes. We'll try to access the second virtual machine. Go to Azure Portal, under virtual machines, refresh. The second virtual machine status is running, so we'll go to second virtual machine, click connect. You can also copy this public IP and open the remote desktop connection from your desktop. Paste the public IP here, click connect. Enter username and password for the second virtual machine. Click OK. Click yes. So we are getting connected to the second virtual machine. I'll go back to first one. Here I will disable the Windows firewall on both the virtual machines. For the lab purpose, in order to test the ping command, we'll disable the Windows firewall. By default, ICMP protocol is blocked by Windows firewall. So under server manager, for the local server, I will disable it, the Windows firewall. Click turn off the Windows firewall. Okay. You can check here what is the host name and the IP address for this virtual machine. Open the command prompt. I am on the VM1. This is the first virtual machine, and the IP config, the IP for the first virtual machine is 10.0.0.4, the private IP. So now I'll go back to the second virtual machine. Here also I will disable the Windows Firewall. Go to Server Manager, Local Server, Windows Firewall. Turn off the Windows Firewall. This is for the lab purpose. Now open the command prompt. Check the host name. This is the virtual machine VM2, second virtual machine. Then IP address of this VM. The private IP is 10.0.0.5. So I will ping the first virtual machine, which IP is 10.0.0.4. I'm getting a reply. So we can ping the first virtual machine from the second virtual machine. Now as we can go to the first virtual machine as well and test from here. Ping 10.0.0.5. This is IP for the second one. Here also we are getting a response, ping response. It's connecting. So the connection between the two virtual machines is established by using a same virtual network. If the virtual machines are having two different virtual networks and want to connect to each other, we need to do virtual network peering. We'll see this in the next lab. I hope you find this video informative. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.